Gulliver's Travels. Jonathan Swift. This audio reading of Gulliver's Travels is read by Lizzie Driver. Contents 00. Introduction 0:12 and 37 seconds. 28946-01.mp3 28946-01.org 28946-01.m4b 28946-01.spx01. Part 1. Chapter 1. 0:24 and 54 seconds. 28946-02.mp3 28946-02.org 28946-02.m4b 28946-02.spx02. Part 1. Chapter 2. 0:22 and 25 seconds. 28946-03.mp3 28946-03.org 28946-03.m4b 28946-03.spx03. Part 1. Chapter 3. 0:18 and 7 seconds. 28946-04.mp3 28946-04.org 28946-04.m4b 28946-04.spx04. Part 1. Chapter 4. 0:11 and 46 seconds. 28946-05.mp3 28946-05.org 28946-05.m4b 28946-05.spx05. Part 1. Chapter 5. 0:14 and 17 seconds. 28946-06.mp3 28946-06.org 28946-06.m4b 28946-06.spx06. Part 1. Chapter 6. 0:21 and 46 seconds. 28946-07.mp3 28946-07.org 28946-07.m4b 28946-07.spx07. Part 1. Chapter 7. 0:17 and 42 seconds. 28946-08.mp3 28946-08.org 28946-08.m4b 28946-08.spx08. Part 1. Chapter 8. 0:13 and 59 seconds. 28946-09.mp3 28946-09.org 28946-09.m4b 28946-09.spx09. Part 2. Chapter 1. 0:28 and 56 seconds. 28946-10.mp3 28946-10.org 28946-10.m4b 28946-10.spx10. Part 2. Chapter 2. 0:13 and 16 seconds. 28946-11.mp3 28946-11.org 28946-11.m4b 28946-11.spx11. Part 2. Chapter 3. 0:23 and 42 seconds 28946-12.mp3 28946-12.og 28946-12.m4b 28946-12.spx12 Part 2 Chapter 4 0:12 and 39 seconds 28946-13.mp3 28946-13.og 28946-13.m4b 28946-13.spx13 Part 2 Chapter 5 0:23 and 15 seconds 28946-14.mp3 28946-14.og 28946-14.m4b 28946-14.spx14 Part 2 Chapter 6 0:21 and 43 seconds 28946-15.mp3 28946-15.og 28946-15.m4b 28946-15.spx15 Part 2 Chapter 7 0:17 and 30 seconds 28946-16.mp3 28946-16.og 28946-16.m4b 28946-16.spx16 Part 2 Chapter 8 0:31 and 45 seconds 28946-17.mp3 28946-17.og 28946-17.m4b 28946-17.spx17 Part 3 Chapter 1 0:14 and 50 seconds 28946-18.mp3 28946-18.og 28946-18.m4b 28946-18.spx18 Part 3 Chapter 2 0:21 and 23 seconds 28946-19.mp3 28946-19.og 28946-19.m4b 28946-19.spx19 Part 3 Chapter 3 0:13 and 42 seconds 28946-20.mp3 28946-20.og 28946-20.m4b 28946-20.spx20 Part 3 Chapter 4 0:14 and 59 seconds 28946-21.mp3 28946-21.og 28946-21.m4b 28946-21.spx21 Part 3 Chapter 5 0:17 and 47 seconds 28946-22.mp3 28946-22.og 28946-22.m4b 28946-22.spx22 Part 3 Chapter 6 0:14 and 5 seconds 28946-23.mp3 28946-23.og 28946-23.m4b 28946-23.spx23 Part 3 Chapter 7, 0, 10 and 9 seconds 28946-24.mp3 28946-24.org 28946-24.m4b 28946-24.spx 24. Part 3, Chapter 8. 0, 14 and 6 seconds 28946-25.mp3 28946-25.org 28946-25.m4b 28946-25.spx 25. Part 3, Chapter 9. 009 and 20 seconds 28946-26.mp3 28946-26.org 28946-26.m4b 28946-26.spx 26. Part 3, Chapter 10. 019 and 40 seconds 28946-27.mp3 28946-27.org 28946-27.m4b 28946-27.spx 27. Part 3, Chapter 11. 008 and 32 seconds 28946-28.mp3 28946-28.org 28946-28.m4b 28946-28.spx 28. Part 4, Chapter 1. 017 and 26 seconds 28946-29.mp3 28946-29.org 28946-29.m4b 28946-29.spx 29. Part 4, Chapter 2. 015 and 4 seconds 28946-30.mp3 28946-30.org 28946-30.m4b 28946-30.spx 30. Part 4, Chapter 3. 014 and 20 seconds 28946-31.mp3 28946-31.org 28946-31.m4b 28946-31.spx 31. Part 4, Chapter 4. 013 and 18 seconds 28946-32.mp3 28946-32.org 28946-32.m4b 28946-32.spx 32. Part 4, Chapter 5. 015 and 27 seconds 28946-33.mp3 28946-33.org 28946-33.m4b 28946-33.spx 33. Part 4, Chapter 6. 017 and 7 seconds 28946-34.mp3 28946-34.org 28946-34.m4b 28946-34.spx 34. Part 4, Chapter 7. 0:18 and 51 seconds 28946-35.mp3 28946-35.og 28946-35.m4b 28946-35.spx35. Part 4, Chapter 8. 0:15 and 9 seconds 28946-36.mp3 28946-36.og 28946-36.m4b 28946-36.spx36. Part 4, Chapter 9. 0:13 and 13 seconds 28946-37.mp3 28946-37.og 28946-37.m4b 28946-37.spx37. Part 4, Chapter 10. 0:18 and 18 seconds 28946-38.mp3 28946-38.og 28946-38.m4b 28946-38.spx38. Part 4, Chapter 11. 0:20 and 22 seconds 28946-39.mp3 28946-39.og 28946-39.m4b 28946-39.spx39. Part 4, Chapter 12. 0:15 and 42 seconds 28946-40.mp3 28946-40.og 28946-40.m4b 28946-40.spx LibriVox audio recording public domain certification. The person or persons who have associated work with this document, the dedicator or certifier, hereby either a. certifies that, to the best of his knowledge, the work of authorship identified is in the public domain of the country from which the work is published, or b. hereby dedicates whatever copyright the dedicators holds in the work of authorship identified below, the work, to the public domain. A certifier, moreover, dedicates any copyright interest he may have in the associated work, and for these purposes, is described as a dedicator below. A certifier has taken reasonable steps to verify the copyright status of this work. Certifier recognizes that his good faith efforts may not shield him from liability if in fact the work certified is not in the public domain. Dedicator makes this dedication for the benefit of the public at large and to the detriment of the dedicator's heirs and successors. Dedicator intends this dedication to be an overt act of relinquishment in perpetuity of all present and future rights under copyright law, whether vested or contingent, in the work. Dedicator understands that such relinquishment of all rights includes the relinquishment of all rights to enforce, by lawsuit or otherwise, those copyrights in the work. Dedicator recognizes that, once placed in the public domain, the work may be freely reproduced, distributed, transmitted, used, modified, built upon, or otherwise exploited by anyone for any purpose, commercial or non-commercial, and in any way, including by methods that have not yet been invented or conceived. Audio formats available: 64-bit MP3, MP3 subfolder 64-bit OGG Vorbis, variable bit rate, OGG subfolder Apple AAC audiobook, 16-bit mono, M4B subfolder speaks, SPX subfolder.